Oh, I got caught out in a massive storm.
In life, we all face obstacles.
Hoping these tent poles hold.
We all have hard times. And we get to choose what to do with that.
I'm Yogi Roth. I was young when I discovered the power of story, how it can inspire and ignite something within us. Since then, I've spent years seeking remarkable accounts of human achievement. And through it all, these are the best I've found.
When did you fail? And in that failure, what did you learn?
I failed a lot of times in my life. Top of mind would be, on a beach in Thailand, looking over at some flaming jump ropes and thinking, hey, that looks like a lot of fun. The gasoline or the kerosene sprayed onto my body, and then that lit and then kind of ignited all the way up to my shoulders and chest. And I remember just looking up and going like, I'm going into shock. The doctor walks into me, looks me straight in the eye, says, Colin, you'll never walk again normally. Actually, it was my mother who filled me up with all this positivity and belief the entire time. And she goes, you need to figure out how to take your very first step. And then she grabs this wooden chair from our kitchen table and places it one step in front of my wheelchair and says, you need to figure out how to get out of your wheelchair and take one step into this chair in front of you. Ultimately, after 3 hours, I worked up the courage and the strength to take that very first step and got in the one chair in front of me. And it was baby steps, literally learning how to walk again. I thought to myself, we have these reservoirs of untapped potential inside of us to achieve extraordinary things. I'd set the world record for the Explorers Grand Slam, completing 7 summits plus the North and South Pole. I climbed the tallest mountain in each of the 50 US states, faster than anyone has ever done that before. I became the first person in history to cross Antarctica solo, unsupported, and unassisted. With a team of others, completed the first human-powered crossing of Drake Passage.
Summit of Mount Everest!
Seems like your wonder switch is always on. How do you gather your imagination to take something from, well, curious about that, to, hey, let's make this a reality?
The first step for me is writing it down. How can I dream as big as possible? But then I actually want to turn that into reality. I don't want to just sit on my couch and go, one day maybe. A dream without a plan is just a wish. All of my world record projects that I've done have started with oftentimes not having the skills required to do it. I want to become the first person in history to cross Antarctica solo, unsupported, and unassisted. Write that on the whiteboard, and then there's a bunch of sub-bullets. How to train for that, how to raise the money for that, how to get the right gear for that. But writing it down on that whiteboard is really the first process from turning that curiosity, that dream, that wish into an actual tangible steps of an achievable goal. I believe the most important muscle any of us has is the 6 inches between our ears. And so anything that comes with mindset, with focus, with positivity versus negativity, fear versus doubt, etc., comes with actually flexing and developing that muscle. To get that to be stronger, you actually need a daily practice. You need to take your mind to the proverbial bench press and put the reps in. I have found reservoirs of strength, reservoirs of confidence, and realizing that our minds shuts us down long before we are actually out of gas.
What do you think is the thing that you're seeking?
When it's all said and done, what I'm seeking, what I'm striving for is to experience the totality of life's experience throughout my limited time on this planet. Then can I do that while also taking as many other people with me on that journey? My nonprofit Beyond 7-2 is really founded on the principle of inspiring young people to achieve their biggest dreams and also to move their bodies and live active and healthy lives. We all inside of us have some massive goal that we're almost afraid to speak out loud because it just seems too far, too high, too hard to climb. I love asking people this question: what's your Everest?
Top of the world!
Summited Mount Everest today.
My hope is that when you hear my story, you feel in your own life inspired to take your own action, to get out of your own proverbial chair and take your first step towards your actual goals. Whatever you want to achieve in your life, climbing the summit of your Mount Everest can be broken down to a bunch of small rocks stacked on top of each other, many steps leading to your own personal summit.